You're listening to the You Don't Know Me Yet podcast network.
Holly Cotton here, and I am super excited about our guest today. You guys, his name is Robert Howard. You can find him on Instagram, Mr. Howard 365. He is a TikTok sensation, millions of views. You know, whenever I see that, I'm already intrigued. Like, what are they talking about? Why are they having all these views? And then I started watching his content, and I was like, I see why. So first, let me just give you a little bio about Rob. He's a communication coach, content creator, educator, entrepreneur, DJ, basically straight moneymaker, like a creative soul that has all of these entities. I love it. I love to see people winning and doing things that they're passionate about. So welcome, Rob.
Thank you. That was a great introduction. I will pay you to tell people about me. That was great.
It just exudes from your presence. So I love it. Like I was saying, the first question I'm going to ask you about is about what you're doing as far as like the thing that got my attention, and that was the questions, the dating. So can you kind of basically just tell us like how you came up with this idea to help single people?
Yeah. I guess I could take a step back to make it make sense. So my background is facilitation. I've been a facilitator in programs and nonprofits and schools and camps and conferences and trainings. I've been doing that for over 20 years. And I can ask a million questions. I've always been an inquisitive person. Anywhere you put me to facilitate, you don't even need to tell me who's in the room. You don't have to tell me what challenges they have. Just say, it's this many people, this is our goal, and I can ask questions to get us to the goal, right? To either teach or learn more about them on how we can help them. But I think there's a lot of power in a question. So I've been studying social media for years and making excuses. You know, I'm insecure on camera. I don't like the way I look or sound, or I want to be behind the scenes. I want to not put myself out there and not put my business out there. I don't want to deal with the haters. Like, I've had all these excuses, and I started, and one of my best friends who I was helping, he's an amazing singer. He was like, bro, why don't you just do what you're telling me to do? And I was like, oh, because no one cares about this. We had just got done with a training, and he was my cameraman just helping me out. And he was like, why you don't do the thing you just told me to do? Why you don't make content with this? And I said, no one cares about this. Like, this is not cool. And it kind of wrestled with me a little bit, and I said, all right, fine. I'm just rock with it. I'm gonna just do it. So I could ask a question a day. That was the goal, to put myself out there, knowing the algorithm was more in favor of a lot of content and consistent content and daily content or multiple times a day. I was like, what can I do every day? I could ask a question a day. So I got on TikTok and asked the question of the day, and eventually it turned into, oh, well, now these people seem to be caring more about the ones that deal with couples, or the ones that deal with family, or the ones that deal with like personal. I'm learning a lot about myself, Mr. Howard. Okay, so now I know what y'all like. And then I just kind of focused there first. I said dating and singles, couples and relationship and marriage, and then like self-reflection. And that was the on-ramp to content creation.
Okay, I love that. I love that. And I always say that too. That's kind of like my whole platform with believing in yourself and following your passion, all of that. And I always say, the day that you decide to start is your day one. And it doesn't matter how old you are, doesn't matter what you've done before. So I really love that you said that, like, this was like something that was just haunting you that you needed to do. And all it took was that first step. And now look at you, all these millions of people, all these views and likes, like, who'd thunk it, right?
Not me.
I love that.
Not me. I thought it was reserved for the cool, pretty people, the important people, the people who have followings and camera crews and budgets. But
you see that's so overrated also, because, and I'm not downplaying anyone, because one, I'm cute too. So, you know, I'm not going to say being cute is not like the asset, but at the same time, it's like, I try to be so genuine with my content, and I try to do like, this is who I am. I'm transparent. I'm dealing with these things. I'm doing this. So I think that that's a key thing to you as well, being an attractive man, being a Black man, and then also being completely transparent and approachable. I think that's something definitely you found the niche for it, because that's not really what something you see commonly. It's always a production, or I have to be sitting against the car, or I have to have the girls or whatever. So I think that it's that genuineness that's coming out that a lot of people are drawn to.
Thank you.
I love that. I love that. Okay, now let me kind of get into.
Let's get into
you
it.
told us about you told us about how you started. You told us about these different platforms that you have. If people go to your page and they're looking at your content, is the goal happily dating, or is it finding a life partner? And I'm just gonna say, before I let you answer, because I am at a point in life where I'm totally happy with not being committed. So I think a lot of people, whenever you're talking about dating and things like that, there is either the one side that are happy dating, or everyone having this just constant longing to find a life partner. So what is kind of your platform and your angle of your let's meet up, let's meet people?
Yeah. So the content for me is almost like everybody can get to the content. Everybody can't get in a room with me. Everybody can't come to an event. Everybody can't get to the workshop. Everyone won't buy a book. So the content lives in the ethos, and whoever finds it, finds it. So I've created content for different people. So there's content for married couples. There are questions if you're in a relationship. There's also content if you're dating someone or starting to date someone, first date, 100th date, but you're not yet in a committed relationship. There's content for that. And there's also content for singles who might never want to be in a relationship again, or they might feel like they want to, but they might not be sure if they're ready. And how do you know if you're ready? And ready for what? And what are you looking for? And how would you know if you saw it? How would you be able to get the person you like to like you back? Like these type of questions. So there's different ones for different things. My belief system is that everybody's not going to find it. The math just doesn't work, right? There's way more of this than there is of that. And then who likes what? The person that you're the most attracted to might not be the most attracted to you. And just because y'all like each other and love on each other doesn't mean that y'all have the same timeline or want the same things out of a relationship. You might say, I want protection. He might say, I want family. This other person might say, it's about the spirit, or it's about family legacy and the inheritance that I will leave behind, and brand or reputation, whatever. Y'all might not match that way, but you could be partners. You can like each other and care for each other and support each other. Maybe it's not marriage. Everybody doesn't believe in marriage. Some people have been married a couple of times and they're saying, I still want a person, but I don't know if I'll ever do that part again. So my belief is that marriage is a very rare thing and it's super special. Everybody ain't gonna get it.
Whenever you're saying like your questions or whatever, like just for anyone that's listening, because like I said, I've already stalked your stuff,
I appreciate
your
that.
TikTok and your Instagram. So now I'm kind of like, so whenever you're talking, I'm familiar with that. I guess basically, like, maybe give us one example. Like, I know you have something called forced choices. And so like, what is that and what is the purpose of that? So kind of give us an idea of what you are doing. What is the whole point of it?
Yeah, forced choices is one of the content pieces. It is designed for everyone, but my hook is like, are you single? I start the question off. As soon as you see my video, it's me saying, are you single? If so, here's a quick game that you can play. Right now, I know in my comments, there's couples that are playing too. And there's people who send it to their husband, wife, sister, brother, whatever, because they just want to get to know their person. And this game, this 60-second video or less, is something you can do to just spark a conversation and be like, oh, I didn't know that about you. Or why did you answer it like that? Why do you like hip hop more than R&B? So the whole idea is you got two choices and you got 2 seconds to pick an answer. Whatever your first thought is, you can't say no. You can't say neither. You can't say both. If you had to pick one, which one would you pick? Hip hop or R&B? For example, hip hop or R&B?
Oh, definitely R&B.
Okay, me too, right? That doesn't mean you can't like hip hop. It doesn't mean you don't like gospel or jazz or reggae more. But for this question, if these are the only two options, you had to pick one, which one would you pick? And your answer and my answer then can lead us to like, well, what kind of R&B? Is this like old R&B, R&B group, R&B women, R&B Marvin Gaye, or R&B like Bryson Tiller R&B? Like what kind of R&B? And we can talk further, but the game is just to spark a conversation. I know that anyone can do it because I have done it. Like it's a game I played when I was out here dating. And if I was getting to know somebody, I might even play via text. So I know it works via text. I know it works in real life, face to face. I know it works on an airplane or at dinner while we're waiting for food to get delivered. It just works. So I brought forced choices to the internet and people like it a little bit. So yeah, we just kept going.
No, and I do like it too. I definitely looked at some of the questions and I was like, oh, okay, let me add this to the pimp. No, I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
no. Screenshot, take a note. You're like, I'm gonna
Right.
ask that one.
This might be something I need to ask, but no, I that's definitely something unique. And then especially because I feel like some people, I'm really easy to talk to. I'm from the South, so I just
I
have
can
like
tell.
this just
Accent popping. I feel it.
but it's like, so we just kind of have this more down home southern hospitality sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I will make friends everywhere, but I know that a lot of people, it's difficult. I actually had a friend, we just talked the other day. I travel by myself a lot.
Good, me too.
I love solitude. I love not having to like coordinate with anyone, just go. And she was like, "Oh, I could never do that. I can't just go up to people and as strangers and like sit down at a table and have dinner with random people. Like I just can't do it." So for like her, these forced choices is actually a great way of, initiating that conversation during dates and things like that. So I definitely,
Thank
and I
you.
actually told her, I was like, hey, actually, you know what? I have something for you to try. It's called forced choices.
There we go. Yeah, it's a
So,
thing. It's coming. I got cards and an app I'm about to launch crowdfunding for.
oh, I
We're
love
going.
that.
We're
Well,
going
I'm
there.
definitely, yes, I was gonna say, and I'm definitely gonna promo that because again, I think it's such a unique thing, and especially for people that are like,
Yeah, and even
what do
what
we
I
eat?
find, even couples who have been together for 5, 10, 15, 20 years, I think I know you. I assume that you know me, but I play a game where I go out in public with a camera and a microphone. I just stop people that look like they're a couple and be like, hey, you want to play this game? And it's really a game to see what do we know about each other? What do we remember? And like, oh, you remember, oh, you don't remember. Like, let me remind you. Or that was my old answer, but this is actually the answer now. I think that even couples can benefit from talking more, talking again, talking over again.
Definitely. And that is a good one right there because I also have like all of my friends and I, we all kind of got married at the same time and we all had these 20-year
Mm-hmm.
marriages. And like every single one, like we all got to like close to that 20-year mark. And like there's only 2 out of 5 that are still married. And I think that's a big thing when people ask me about it. And I'll say that, I still love my ex. You with someone for 20 years, like you have a big chunk of them, but I know that I can never be with him because you grow apart and you don't have that desire to constantly learn the person that they have evolved into. So see, that's why you the communication coach, because you already know that's
Mm-hmm.
exactly what happens.
That's why I don't
Like,
put
what's
my,
my favorite color?
yeah, if you don't
It's
know,
blue.
you don't know.
Yeah, my favorite color has never been blue. Do you not even know who you live with? Like, yeah, that's so
Do you
funny.
remember
I love
the
that. I
game
love
show, the Newlywed Game? Back in the day, there was a show
Yes.
about that, right? There was a whole lot of different type of relationships and dating shows. We don't have that anymore. Be careful because it's coming. But we used to be able to see love on display in a different way. And like when people get married, a wedding sometimes has moments in the ceremony or in the reception that highlights relationship. Like, which one of these couples in here has been here the longest? Oh, 35. What advice would you give this new, less than a day old couple who might have known each other, but they never been married together? What advice? How do we get there? And like there's wisdom that comes from that couple. There's humor and story that comes from that couple, right? And we don't have that in our entertainment on our social feeds or on like these streaming platforms. So I can see that there's a thing that I benefited from as a young man that might help, right? Like I remember wives with the big poster they wrote their answer on, hitting their husband like, come on, you know the answer to my favorite food. You know my favorite color. But maybe you didn't remember it. Maybe y'all haven't talked about it in a long time.
Right. And actually, when you were telling the story about how whenever you talk to couples and they're like, you don't know that about me, or you don't know that, I like immediately had the flashback of them with the sign and going, oh my God, how did you not know that?
Yeah.
Like where was the first place you made whoopee? Remember,
right,
they
that
always
question was always there, right?
right. And then they're like, at your mama's house. And they're like, what?
Who was that? Because that wasn't me. That was not me. Who are you talking about? Yeah.
Oh my God. I love it. Okay, super excited for that to come.
Yeah, it's coming.
And okay, let me ask you this, because you have seen dating, you've seen the relationships, like you said. So, what are some of the things that you view as a successful relationship?
I think I overvalue happiness. I just posted something on my Instagram. I didn't even post it to TikTok yet about how, as a only child living in the house, my mom and dad were married for 33 years, and people would hear the number 33 and go, oh, that's a success. They stayed together, right? And them staying together but losing passion. Yeah, they lived in the same house. Yeah, they slept in the same room, but I didn't see love. I didn't see passion. It looked like, at best, business partners, roommates, to some degree friends, sometimes the right occasion, right holiday. But they don't like each other. They are literally, till death do us part, waiting till one of them go. Like, is today? Did I get to be free from this prison of love? And I was like, as I got in my teens, I'm like, that's nah, doc, I'm not doing that. So for me, the fire, the passion, the liking, the friendship is more or as valuable as time together and family. Like, I believe in family. I think marriage is a great institution for family and community. I think as Black folks, we focused on education and business and real estate, but we lost family. There's some reasons that we lost family, but family is essential for our survival. So, happiness, safety, and the ability to communicate. A lot of people who are in relationships, and I'm specifically talking about marriage, they don't talk to their person like they talk to their friend, because my husband ain't gonna, they're not gonna understand it. It's just gonna be an issue. I don't even want to talk to them about it because the way they talk and the way we talk, I don't want. But I'll talk to my friend. I'll talk to my colleague, my coworker. I'll talk. So other people who are not your husband or wife know way more about how you feel, what you're dreaming, what you dream, passion, fear, what you're working on, what's really going on in your life, especially your friends and your closest friends. They might really know what's going on. But for the sanctity of just your marriage looking the way it does and just working, your person isn't your person anymore. So a successful marriage, to me, or relationship, should have open dialogue. You are the person I talk to, and I'm the person you talk to, and we work it out. We figure it out. There's I want to work it out with you in there.
Right. And I think that I can say from an expert side, because I did have the longitude of marriage.
Yeah.
So I feel safe. Don't come in here talking crazy to me when they hear this, because I do come from an expert. But I do think that a lot of marriages, like you said, they lose that friendship part. Like, you become so, especially whenever you have kids, because you get so task oriented. And I actually was having this conversation because I guess as a life coach, I tend to be a relationship
No, we need
coach
that
as well. But what I was telling them is that we were talking about, so she got a divorce, and then she was talking to this new person, or she was going through a divorce and the new person, and blah, 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 whatever. So I was explaining that the new person always is exciting because you don't have that day-to-day crap that you have with your ex. You don't have the bills and the kids and the responsibilities. So you guys can just talk as friends. So I definitely think that that's a huge gap. And I'm glad you identified that, because that is a part of being happy. Like, why is this person making me happy? Because I can be my true self with this other person. And when I come home, I have to talk about all the mundane things of the dishwasher isn't broken. Like, there's nothing sexy about that. Like, who wants to talk about that? Or the kids in the report card, or the whatever's going on, finances. So I think that that's something important that you brought up too, is that whole, we lose track of them being a friend, and it's more, how do we keep this unit together as
Let's
party
keep the
of
ship going.
whatever.
It's only about keep
Yes.
going. That's it, especially if there's children, because we believe that splitting up is more harmful to our children. But my story is, my parents not splitting up was harmful. And I know I'm not the only one, because I've seen and heard people sliding. Oh my gosh, you said that. I heard that on that conversation. You said, I could really relate to the wound that I experienced by watching my parents stay together. And maybe they shouldn't have.
And I have two of them that tell me that all the time as well.
Yeah.
So they're like, why did you stay? Or why were y'all there? Or you were so miserable, or like, you're so happy now. And we don't even know. And I have to fuss at my kids also. And I have to explain to them, like, listen, I know you're not used to seeing this person I am today, but this is the real
This is me,
like,
Doc.
yes. Like, I know you always saw a miserable mom, angry mom, fighting with dad,
Stressed out
mom,
mom.
whatever. Yeah, like, I was that, like, this mom, she has found her own happiness and she's very happy. So y'all gonna have to either get with the program or get off the bus, because I'm not gonna not be happy. So yes, I have two kids who constantly remind me of that.
Congratulations.
Also.
That's part of it too.
Well, I mean, I've been divorced since 2018 now. So, I mean, and I always tell people, like, take time when you get out of a relationship. I'm working on another book too.
Come on, authors.
And it's about, yes, shout out to us, but it's going to be about how to be happily single and heal yourself, and take that time and know that it's not selfish, it's needed, because people go from being in a long, like, they just feel like relationship, and just because you don't do the exact same things in this relationship as the last one doesn't mean you're healed, because you still got some cuckoo things going on in your head.
You're gonna take them bricks that broke the house and that last thing into this new thing if you don't learn to put them down.
Thank you. See, Rob,
and there's nothing wrong with being selfish. I love the word selfish. Who gonna love you better than you?
Rob, I swear you are my spirit animal.
Yeah.
Like, who's gonna love me better than me? And I think that's the key thing too, to being happy in a relationship. I actually said that not too long ago on a show that I was on, and I said, you need to be parallel to me in life for me to be attracted to you. And I'm not just talking about successfully, I'm talking about happiness, healed, what you got going on the inside, because you can't bring all of that on me and expect my energy to heal that.
Right.
So we gonna add that.
Come on, chapter about selfish ain't bad.
I love it. Okay, so question of the day. I know that you've had some very interesting ones. So give us some of the, because I know you said that you have married, single, whatever, the different genres. So give us some of the, like, the 3 most popular question of the days that you've had.
Great question. One of the funny ones that kind of had a good reaction was, if you had to have a rapper name, it's like an icebreaker, getting to know somebody or just light conversation. If your rapper name was Lil, L-I-L, like Lil Wayne and Lil Money and all that. If your rapper name was Lil something, but the something was the last thing you bought, what would be your rapper name? What's your rapper name?
Oh, last thing I bought. I can't. let me see. I did go to Sephora yesterday,
What'd you
but I
buy?
bought 3 things. So I bought Fenty. So I guess I
Lil
would be
Fenty.
Little
There you
Fenty.
go. Now you can sell an album as Lil Fenty. That works. I think mine every time is Lil Gas. I had to get gas. So Lil Gas.
Little gas, little food, little,
Yeah, little
right. Yeah.
taco, little teriyaki bowl. Yeah. That one was a good one. What is your favorite smell? I think
My favorite smell is lavender. I
you
love
love lavender.
lavender.
I was having
Mhm.
a funny conversation with someone about lavender, how they make potpourri lavender, like for bathroom time. And I'm like, I don't want to smell lavender in there. Keep lavender out of that process. Yeah, and vanilla. I don't know why they got vanilla cupcake. Why is that a bathroom smell? Anyway, another one I think that's really good for like the lighter ones that was popular. Um, if you had 2 tickets in the world to go anywhere, any way, boat, train, plane, whatever, where are you going and who are you taking with you?
Oh, that's easy for me.
Okay.
My to go to is Seychelles in Africa, that beach, and I'm definitely taking my daughter.
Oh.
Like that's my travel partner in life. So
Whoever else thought they was going, they just gotta accept the fact they're not
they're
going.
not like because I literally saw that like the island. I saw a backdrop as a screensaver a long like maybe 5 years ago,
Mm.
and I was like, oh my god, this is where I want to go. Like as soon as I decided to go fly for 22 hours, I'm there.
Mm-hmm. That's
What
good.
about you?
If I had anywhere to go right now, I want to go. Where do I want to go right now? I want to go to Brazil. I've never been to Rio, Brazil. I think it looks beautiful. The stories of culture and Afro history and the indigenous folks and the beaches and the tourist stuff that's there. I kind of want to see that. And who would I take with me to this one? One of my best friends is getting married. So I would say, let's go. Let's go have some bro time and think about life and the next stages. I think he would enjoy it too.
That is so funny. I'm going to sidebar really quick
No, go ahead.
because I literally just asked my friend, I was like, hey, okay, I know we're old, but there's one thing that's like on my bucket list that I want to do so bad. I was like I want to go to like one of the carnivals where I can wear the
Come
feathers
on.
and
It's less than feathers though.
oh, listen. Oh, so I told her, I was like, I want to have like the thong
Yeah, I'm
on and
about to
I
say,
want
don't forget the other part.
And so she was like, "Well, you can have that part." And she was like, "But I would like to go." And she was like, "But I'm not wearing a thong." I said, "No, there's other
Yeah, they
parts.
got
You
other
could wear the
versions.
yeah." I said, "You could wear the skirt." I said, "Let me tell you, I'm gonna thought it out. Like
Yeah,
if
no, we
I
gotta
go
have
to
it. Somebody gotta do it.
I was like, I'm going. I said, I want the headdress. It's so funny that you said Rio.
Yeah.
And I always loved the Disney movie Rio
Yeah.
with the bluebird.
Yeah.
So as soon as I hear Rio, I'm always like, Rio,
Mm-hmm.
Rio.
Just like you said,
So
a
I love
screensaver made the beach moment. It sometimes it's movies, sometimes it's pictures, sometimes other people's stories about their experiences of places draw us there. So I'm with you.
yeah, well, let me know when y'all go because look, I'm always looking for somebody to go. Make sure you go
Yeah.
around Carnival.
No. Carnival.
Don't tell your
I have
significant other that's when you're going though.
I have no. I've never been to Carnival. I'm trying to see what that's about too.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like I
Culture.
want to okay, we'll sidebar about that.
Hilarious.
So for anyone, feel free to join me and Rob whenever we do our bucket
It's
list
gonna be
Rio.
we're gonna make a healing retreat out of it. It's gonna include that.
It's going down.
Yeah.
I love it. I
That's
love it.
good.
Okay, now have you ever, on the reverse of the happy topics, have you ever gotten something of like a negative feedback? Like, what was the topic that you got like negative feedback about?
Sometimes questions are triggering for folks, especially if they're still holding trauma. So it activates their trauma. And I don't like this question. It makes me sad. I come to you for the hey there beloveds and the positive stuff, but I get that sometimes, and I respect that. But I never said on my brand everything about me is going to be all flowers and fireworks. It's going to be some or dang, I remember that. Right? Like, I think that's important too. So if they only come to my page for that, there's going to be some haters. But there's always some like human beings are weird, and there's a lot of not okay people on the internet. So sometimes literally forced choices. Someone just in the comments, and I didn't delete it, and I didn't block them. I just let them go off, and I kept playing back. Was like, who you're 60 seconds. Like, who can have a conversation about things they have in common with their partners? If someone asked me that, I would run. And I was like, you should run. If this is the problem that you have in dating, is what we have in common in 60 seconds. If that pressure, that anxiety, that creates pain for you, you shouldn't be out here.
Right.
Goodbye.
I'm glad it was a woman and not a man, because I definitely don't want to accidentally meet him if it was.
No, there's
if it
some
was a
bad
man.
men out here too. But
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I know you've met probably 2 or 3, but yeah, they're out here. You know what I mean?
I swear I like, oh my gosh, like so because I have a fitness background and I do like a lot of stuff fitness, and it's part of my show. The name of my show is called Beyond the Fit. So I can't just talk about health and wellness topics and not be living a healthy lifestyle. So
Yeah.
I love to work out. I am a personal trainer, and it drives me bonkers. Like, I posted a video yesterday. I did a reel, and I thought it was really funny because I was trying to hit a PR. So I was trying to increase the weight. And when I look at the videos of my struggle faces, and I'm just like me cussing and punching air, and I just think it's funny because I think that as individuals, we need to show the struggle with anything in life.
Yes.
And so I did like a whole reel, and I was like, the emotions you go through when you try to add weight. And like, I had so many men come on my post, and they're like trying to correct my form. First of all, that's something they always do, but they'll never do that on a man. They'll only come on mine. And then some guy wrote a comment, and he said, what's even heavier, sis, is you did all of this for the gram. And I was like, okay, first, the fact that you were scrolling on your explore page because you're not even following me, and that you needed to come and write that on my post. And I literally had like a flashback of like being in high school where my nickname was Scrappy, but I have to turn it off now because
You mean like Scrappy Dude, the one that was like, let me at him. Yeah.
My nickname in high school was Scrappy because I fought all the time.
Come on,
But
Thug.
I have to yeah. But I have to remember, this is who I am now.
Yeah. You decided to be different.
This distinguished professional Holly Cotton now. So, but yeah, I'm just like, bro, why, what are you talking about? Like, it's a struggle. It's something funny. It's light. Like, but yeah, so I can only imagine just how people are about workouts. You're talking about feelings, things that, like you said, are triggers. So I can only imagine some of the negative feedback. Like, why are you so bitter about it?
I welcome them. I talk to everyone. So like in my comments, I try to comment or like everyone's thing. I see it, and if there's something about their comment that makes me want to say something, I say whatever. I reply to their comment, thank yous, and I appreciate it, or I'll go deeper, or I'll offer something. But in the beginning stage, when I was afraid of making content, I was afraid of the hate. Like, I've seen really bad stuff in comments, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that would stress me out. Why would I put myself in that? But now I'd be like, I got something to say, especially if I really believe what I believe. And I think it's an opportunity, maybe not for the person I'm commenting back to learn, but other people in the comments or people who will come behind it later to be like, oh, yo, actually, what you said to them actually clicked for me. And I learned something from that. I'd be like, I will use stupidity to teach.
I love it. Okay, I'm going to steal that now. I use stupidity to teach.
Yep.
Okay.
Especially on TikTok. All you got to do is like hold the comment and it says, do you want to reply to this dumbass question with a video? As a matter of fact, TikTok, I do. I have something to say to this person.
Since you asked, you know what? That's whenever people say, I got time today.
Today, I got the time.
You already know. Okay, I love that. Okay, so thank you so much for giving us insight on your platform and all, everything that you're doing as far as that, the questions and whatever, because like I said, I think it's really unique. I love the niche. I love to see people winning. I love people doing things that they're passionate about. And obviously you found this other sort of direction,
Yeah.
like you said, and it's led to all of these opportunities. So now tell us about projects that you're working on. Tell us how we can support you, all that great stuff. Go.
Okay. So what I have going on now, I have a live event that I've been doing in LA, Los Angeles, South LA, more specific, where I get people off the dating apps. I get people out of the DMs, and I created a space where singles who want to meet someone, new, are looking to see what's possible. I've gamified it. So people buy tickets to come to this event, equal number of guys and girls, men and women, different ages, different ways of life. And the room is full of your favorite classic board games, including dominoes, including cards, but Jenga, Connect Four, Uno, Twister, all your ping pong table, all your favorite. And I facilitate an experience where everyone gets to meet everybody, and then we play games, and you get to know each other and see what the vibes are, and see each other smiling, and how competitive are you, and what do you get at, and how do you take winning or losing. You can see all of that fun stuff. And we've had some actual love connections. There's actually a couple couples I just talked to. One I did an interview with on camera to talk about how their experience was, and they live with each other now. Like, they love each other. They just got back from Hawaii. They're together. So that's just one of the couples. I've done that. I have a creator lock-in series that I'll be doing. So I don't know if you've ever been to a church or a skating rink that did a 7 to 7, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. The idea is to be in there for 12 hours, as long as you can last. If you got to go home, I understand, but we're going to be in there. I'm going to be in there. And we're going to talk about content creation, podcasting, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, making video, using all the technology, your phone or pro cameras like I got right here. How do you do it? How do you build a brand? How do you make content creation a career or a business? Or how do you use it to grow your business or your brand? How do you make money? Right? Mathematically, 6 figures is a good goal. Well, how do you do that? 1,000 people spending $100 is $100,000. If you can get 1,000 people to spend $100 with you in your brand in a year, that's a 6-figure year. So yeah, you can use social media to get to 6 figures. And there are people who are doing it. So what are they doing? What is working? So we got that. My birthday is December 15th. I'm going to do an event in December, like a summit meetup, just get people in the room to learn together and grow together. I got an app coming, merch. Love is a Verb is my new merch, because I just want to remind people that it is a feeling, and that's cool, but it's more than that, to evoke the feeling that you got to do something. And if you love somebody or you love something, it probably requires something of you. So do something about that love. Yeah, just different merch things, healing merch and love merch. There's a lot of stuff going on. I got a book I'm working on. My homeboy's a self-published author, so I'm learning how to publish my own works. And there's stuff coming, app coming, cards coming.
Okay, so tell anyone how they can support all of these things that you're doing. So
A follow means a lot.
Okay, so
Yeah.
drop all of your social media handles, and do you have a website?
I do.
Like,
So Mr.
okay,
Howard
drop all of
365
that.
is the brand. So MRHOWARD 365, because I posted every day for over a year. So that was the brand. MrHoward365.com is the website. From any social media, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, that Mr. Howard 365 screen name or username can get you to a link to take you to how do you get tickets, or how do you find my website to find out more information, or how do you buy merch, or how do you stay tapped in with the content, because you might have missed some things because you're new, but there's a whole lot of stuff that I've posted that might be valuable to you. So yeah, Mr. Howard 365.
Okay, great. Because we do, it's audio and video. So I'll also have all of that information on the podcast notes. So however you're streaming this show,
Yeah.
Apple, Podvine, Spotify, whatever, and read the podcast notes, because I'll have all the links for Rob's stuff as well. And then, also I'll have you tagged on all the social media too. So that'll be really cool. So you guys, I am so excited. Great show today.
Yeah,
Thank you
good
so
job.
much.
You're a
Again, this
natural.
is Thank you. This is Mr. Robert Howard. And like he said, Mr. Howard 365, all his handles. Make sure you follow him on TikTok, Instagram, all that great stuff. And we'll be looking for all your future projects, Rob.
Thank you. I'm glad to be tapped in with you and what you're doing in the world. So now we've connected. I appreciate this
All
opportunity
right.
to chat with you.
Thank you. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love to see people winning. All right, you guys. So just in a real synopsis, a little synopsis of everything that we talked about today, because you guys know I always end my show with the life check. Love to reiterate, make sure you don't miss anything important that we said, because we did have a lot of fun topics. But basically the key is, like we said, find your happiness. What makes you happy? Don't settle for something that's not making you happy. It's okay to get out there and try different ways of dating. If you're not being successful, maybe you ain't doing it right. Maybe you should implement some of these things. Make sure you're okay with talking with people. If you're not okay with asking a simple question, then that's probably not someone that you need to be with. And also, we just also talked about the importance of whatever it is that you're doing with whoever, make sure friendship is a huge part of that, or else you ain't gonna make it. And be sure to join us whenever we go to Rio for Carnival
It's happening
as well.
It's happening.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so again, you guys, make sure you reach out to Rob for any questions that you have. Follow, support, of course, support me as well, and we all will continue going beyond the fit. Okay, I love it. Love it. Where's my stop button? Hang on.